Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm out here today at the beautiful Red Wing Gun Club. This is actually in the center of town pretty much. It's a wonderful place to come shoot. I'm a member here, love it, spend a lot of time. So I thought I'd come out here and test my new air rifle on the 50-yard range here. Obviously didn't think I was going to be shooting at 50 or 100 over there, so figured I'd set my target up at 20 yards and test it in. I went ahead to test the new Valken Infiltrator. It was a gun that I'd been looking at. I've dealt with Valken for a lot of years over paintball things. They always had good quality. So when they released this bad boy, I figured I have to have one. They had a Black Friday sale. It was under $100. Basically, by the time the shipping was paid, I was right at about $110. It came included with the bipod and the scope. Everything you needed. We've got an adjustable cheek riser. We've got adjustable stock. You know, the freebies that are on there leave a little to be desired. The scope is pretty cheap, but I mean, what can you expect? Definitely get stuff on target. I have no problems seeing that 20-yard target at all, or the hits. We got a cool magazine-looking feature here. A bolt. Trigger pull is terrible on this. I will go ahead and say that. Super long travel. And it probably doesn't engage until you get about probably 1/8 of an inch off of the backstop there. So it's pretty easy to jerk around. You just got to be nice and smooth with it. I'm going to look and see about if there's anything I can do to shorten that up or maybe take some of that slop out. Maybe call Valken and see. Nice positive safety there, so it makes it a pain if you're not forgetting or remembering to use proper discipline and turn your safety on and off. Another good thing is every time you cock the barrel, it engages the safety, so hopefully you won't do anything you regret. This gun is quite powerful. I was going to shoot it inside. We have a indoor range here for air rifles, but 750 feet per second is the limit. We are obviously well over that with this thing. First 2 shots dieseled like crazy, so it sounded like a 22 going off. And that was pretty cool, but not something I'm really looking forward to out of an air rifle. But after 3 shots, it cleaned up. It was nice and quiet. Did a great job. The bipods are spring-loaded, so we just unscrew this, and they just pop right out. Spring-loaded that way. We want to fold it up, just a positive pull down of that. It comes in, clicks in the spot for a good lock. Like I said, the only real complaint that I had was it just being so big I couldn't put it in a case. Like I said, it's very important here in Minnesota to have a case to carry your firearms around in. This is one of those things people are not going to look at it and say, oh, that's just an air rifle. My wife was quite angry when I opened this thing up because she thought I ordered another high-end firearm and had to assure that that wasn't the case. Just kind of a little bit more looks of the gun here. Shooting it wise, it shoots pretty nice. We'll go down here to our target and we'll see where we got. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and walk down there so you don't got to watch me walk. So here was my group. 20-yard group with that long trigger. I think we can tighten it up as the gun breaks in. Really, these are just the first 10 or so shots out of the gun. So really, I mean, from what I understand, air rifles always seem to get better with time. So I started off right out of the box. I got these 2. Adjusted up to here. And then some reason just got crazy and got up in here. And then just another couple little tweaks in there we were. So I think just with a few more clicks we'll be right on shooting. Once we get used to that trigger, try to figure it out, we're going to tighten those up quite a bit. Okay, so I went ahead, lowered it back up. Got a hot gun here, so I'm just going to take a shot just so you guys can kind of hear what it sounds like. Just kind of get a basic feel for it. So like I said, nice positive trigger there. So we'll click that off and downrange we go. It's not too shabby. I don't think we wasted money at all. Give it a check out. Support your local, I don't know if we'd be paintball scene or what can I say these are now. Definitely not paintball, but it's a fantastic company to deal with, and honestly, this is a very nice gun. I don't regret buying it whatsoever. My dreams of becoming a high-end beer can sniper will come true, and I'm going to look really good doing it. So, give it a check out and see what you can. Like I said, you can get 1,000 rounds for under $10, which is way cheaper than shooting my 223 or anything bigger than that. It's a lot of fun. So, if you have any other questions or want to see anything else, let me know, and we can hook you up. Thanks, guys. Hey everybody, back from the range. Decided to update everyone because I started losing accuracy pretty good with this thing, like way more than a little bit. Now granted, it's in Minnesota, so it was cold. I mean, my fingers were starting to go numb. I couldn't feel, so I'm sure some of that was me. Now, however, I did notice that the scope mounts had started to come loose a little bit, so I tightened those up. The issues that I was coming across that really concerned me were, as I adjusted the turrets, sometimes like 1 or 2 clicks wouldn't be as consistent as 1 or 2 clicks later on. So I'm thinking that possibly the scope is cached. I'd like to see that it would last more than 50 or 60 shots, really. I think the Valken guys need to take a look into that. Maybe upgrade the optic a little bit. You know, I'm not real concerned with it because really the first thing you always do is put another scope on your gun, because, you know, in all honesty, you're really only as good a shooter as the glass you can have on your gun. So I didn't expect a whole lot, but I did expect it to at least last throughout, you know, one day of shooting. Now, just one of the things I really complained about earlier was the sheer size of this gun. It is long and it is wide. I wanted to kind of show everybody what we're talking about as far as size comparisons go. So I went to the gun safe and I grabbed my AR. So this is a special purpose rifle that is an 18-inch stainless steel bull barrel. As far as AR-15s go, this thing is about as big and beefy as you get. You know, keep them pretty heavy for just shooting prone and on the bench, and they don't move around as much. The Infiltrator is actually considerably heavier than my AR. I'm just baffled by that, actually. This thing is huge. I mean, my AR looks like a toy compared to this thing. So just a little bit of food for thought. So seeing these two guns together now, you can also understand why it's important to have a case for this. In Minnesota, you are supposed to be transporting your firearms in a case. You're not allowed to, you know, walk into the gun store or anything like that with your gun just out in the air. I guess all the liberals up here or something tend to freak out about that. It's not like Kansas or Texas where you just see that every day, but it's kind of not cool to, this thing doesn't fit in a case. Now, I'm sure if I hunt, I'll find one, but I bet I'll probably pay more for that case than I did for the gun. Just something to think about. I mean, if you're just going to keep this as a plinker on your farm or something like that, nobody's probably going to tell. Now, the instructions didn't say or anything, but maybe there's a way to break this down to make it smaller. I haven't found it yet, but as you can see, it clearly is a beast. But that's really the only complaint that I've had. Like I said, I'm positive that it's not the gun, because the gun was shooting really good. I'm thinking it's the scope. So just something to keep in mind. Now, like I said, when you purchase this gun, you know, you're not really purchasing it for the scope or the bipod. You're looking at just getting a gun, really. Now, granted, this gun is $200 normally, so breaking it down to the $100 that I paid for it for their 50% off Black Friday sale, I'm really not even fazed by this. But like I said, it's something to think about, something to keep in mind. You know, when you buy your gun, just go ahead and save a little bit extra for a good optic to throw on there. And I think your shooting and your your experience with the gun's just going to be a lot better. So that's it for now. We're going to keep on beating this gun up, and we're going to see what it takes and what it doesn't. And either you're going to see it have a permanent spot in my safe, or we're going to make a video of pitching this thing out of a moving car at 80 miles an hour down the highway or something, so I can break it or light it on fire or something like that. But so far, she's earned her keep. So thanks a lot, guys.